Baltimore Ravens post-game show here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it, baby.
When you need it.
Happy recap. We won't edge of our seat as normal. Like Rod says, they play down to the competition. They play up to the competition. They don't even acknowledge the competition sometimes because they don't even show up to the second half. But the Ravens squeak out a big-time win. They grind out a 23-16 win over the Cleveland Browns. Winners of 5 in a row. I got the crew with me. I'll start with Dee-O-Damus, your friendly neighborhood D. Sportnet. What's up, D? How you feeling?
Feeling well. Had a dental procedure happened on Friday. Had to keep things rolling. Looking good. Ravens, which I figured was going to be not an easy game because it's never easy in Cleveland. Divisional rivalry. Browns actually looked pretty good with Gable in there when he went out. Shador had to come in. He felt the speed of the National Football League. Boy, they like it close, boy. It was never close.
How can I keep up with you, D?
Of course, Sky Sporting Network. Hot and heavy high school basketball season's upon us. We're bringing you some of the top games in the area. We're really cranking it up this week with Team St. Francis and Mount St. Joe's, Mount Carmel, Lawyer Blakefield, or Bishop Curley, all that good stuff. So check out Dive Sporting Network via YouTube, main channel, Instagram, Facebook threads, and on the Twitter at Dive Sporting Network.
I know this brother was watching this game in angst. They got the win. They got to 5-5. Big Raj, my guy, what's going on?
No bread, no water, just me.
How you feeling, Raj?
Sometimes I hate this team, man, because they just cannot make shit easy. I mean, we struggled the entire game. The offensive line was completely off this. Lamar throws 2 interceptions, not his fault, but he was holding on to the ball a little too long. They kept running the same play up the middle. The Derrick Henry kept getting stopped. I don't know, man. I'm glad we got the victory, but they're frustrating to watch when they know they can do a lot better.
All right, D, I will start with you. We know Cleveland's been a tough place. You said it to me in the chat, man. What is it with going to Cleveland? They haven't swept them in, 7 years, I believe, coming into the day. But what is it about Cleveland? You saw Myles Garrett in the first half wreaking havoc.
Yeah, Myles Garrett was very dominant. He had 4 sacks. They really didn't do well and double teaming him. In the first half, they did a better job chipping him in the second half and kind of slowing him down. But divisional games are tough, man. You know, we said it last week on the show. Cleveland looked bad against the Jets. We knew they show up against the Browns. Against the Bengals, Steelers, and the Ravens. They're going to always show up against those 3 teams. And they've done that. There's been times we've seen the Steelers look good and then they go Cleveland lose, man. Same with Cincinnati, too. So it's not too surprising. You know, it's windy today up there. But a divisional rivalry is always tough. But one thing about it, you got to understand that Ravens, at times, do play down to their competition. And they got to be able to step up, man. We're talking about the offense at the moment because they really had their struggles early in this game and often, but they was able to find a way. But anytime you have a divisional rivalry, it's going to be tough. Always going to be tough.
Go ahead, Raj. How you feeling?
I'm glad we don't got to see Myles Garrett again. He is a complete domination mode right now. He was killing this offensive line left and right, and they just kept feeding off of it. Like D said, it was a very tough divisional game. The Cleveland Browns know us very well. They hate us. They love to see us, fail. But for once, we was able to sweep them in, I think, 5 years, in 5 years because we've been splitting the division with them. So it's a good thing that we got past the game. Move on to the Jets. Hopefully nobody's injured. Lamar needs to take an ice bath tonight if he kept getting hit. And it's just not a good look. Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
D, I'll start with you. What did you? Oh, no, go ahead. I was going to say, D, you can start with the offense, brother. How you feeling about the offense? Lamar, Monken, Harbaugh, or Harbaugh, you want to call him?
The offense, they get a C plus since they was able to win, but at times some of the play calling, they used Derrick Henry a lot in that like shotgun sweep-like situation, which he wasn't getting no yards out of. Let's put more of a speedy running back. They kind of tried to run up the middle. The middle wasn't there. The offensive line got it together in the second half a little bit better, but they really struggled in the first half. I mean, they was god awful in the first half, especially on that right side. Was getting really dominated. Then Rodney Stanley trying to hold his own against Garrett. He got dominated at times, and it was just rough. See, man. Hopkins got one catch. They need to get him involved still, especially without Bateman. You have Bateman not there. You got to get Walker. You got to get these guys involved on the offense still. The red zone trips are not good. They should be getting in the end zone more than what they are. The best play was actually that I guess the tush push, the fourth down, which I think Andrews went business with himself when he spun around and kept going. That was big. That was really the difference in the ball game. But offensively, it's a C plus. Lamar is hesitant at times running, hesitant at times with the ball throwing. He's got to have the clock in his head. By the time it gets to 3, the ball got to be out of his hands. Can't hold on to the ball. This offensive line is not going to hold up. They really can't hold up on a 3-step drop, but a 5-step drop, no way. 7-step drop, no chance. So 3-step drops, Lamar's going to have if he's passing the ball on a regular basis. He took some hits in the first half, man. Wasn't pretty. And I said it last week and said it again. He ain't going to last if he keeps taking hits. It's not going to.
Well, Rod, your boy Mandrews breaks the most receiving yards in franchise history, passing Derek Mason. What do you think about that in the offense? And that clutch, tush push, what they call it, the Baltimore breakout or something they was calling it on the broadcast?
Oh man, I don't know what the hell that was. I mean, I like it though. The Baltimore breakout sounds pretty cool, but the offense is terrible. Um, they had moments where Derrick Henry broke one, almost got a touchdown, and then, the man drew fourth down. They got cute there, and you know what? I'm glad they got cute there because it actually worked. But yeah, our Andrews is the all-time leading yards getter, and I think he has the most touchdowns as well. So he has both. So congratulations to him. This is a game that I'm glad that he was able to shine in, especially getting that touchdown, his first ever running touchdown. There you go, right there. It was beautiful to watch, beautiful to see. Brother Andrews was getting busy. He still got that speed, I see. You know what I'm saying? It was good to see that, man. It was good to see them doing something other than trying to push it and getting the first down and getting that touchdown that he needed against the Cleveland Browns, man. Hopefully the offensive line gets better. It probably won't, going down the stretch. But like Dee said, man, Lamar took a lot of punishment today. He took a lot of hits, and I was scared for him, man, especially with Miles Garrett and the boys coming after him. But we won't be seeing Miles Garrett again, like I said, again this year. So hopefully nobody else touches Lamar like that. Hopefully. So it was a good, ugly win for the Baltimore Ravens, but they got to play a lot better, against the Jets next week. They cannot get too comfortable, and they cannot play down to that competition because they love doing it. So hopefully they can turn it around a little bit offensively, and continue to keep moving forward because we still need these wins.
All right, D. Zach Orr in that defense. Another game under 20 points, D, and a little bit more pass rush.
I thought the defense played very well enough to win. My only beef with the defense is they're still missing tackles. We kind of had that throughout the game today. Got to be able to tackle guys. But outside of that, thought the defense played well. Thought they had to tighten up front with Jerkins. Jerkins kind of dominated them early. They was able to tighten that up. But the defense had a very good effort. Was hoping that Hamilton, he's holding his left arm area. Hopefully he'll be fully okay. But overall, I thought the defense played well. I thought they played well enough to win. They was able to get some blitzes on Shador when he got in the game. But they got to find a way to still get to the quarterback. I still think they have an issue. I mean, let's be honest. Let's look at the other side. Miles Garrett was able to get at Lamar Jackson at times as well before they was able to adjust. So that's the one thing the Ravens need to look at. They need to draft a wrecker on defense that can get to the passer anytime he wants. Kyle Van Noy's old. I know he got a sack today. He's very old, and they really don't have nobody that can do it. Your safety should not be your lead pass rusher most of the time here, and they gotta do that in the draft. They're not going to improve that this year, but in the draft, they got to find a legit pass rusher that can wreak havoc, similar to Myles Garrett. Don't have to be exactly like Myles Garrett, but very similar.
Go ahead, Rod. Thoughts on his defense? Maybe getting a little bit better.
They're lucky they didn't play a great quarterback today because they would have got destroyed. The fact that the Ravens got given on the football back and Shador Sanders or Dylan Gabriel couldn't move the football is a travesty in itself. They need a lot of help offensively. So the defense pretty much just, they did what they're supposed to do against the team that can't move the football. So I mean, they did their thing. I would give them credit for that, but I wasn't impressed because they're supposed to do that against rookies. But Duggan's had a couple of good runs. Other than that, they were pretty much garbage, sir, as far as the Cleveland offense. So there you go. That's my assessment. The Ravens ain't really play nobody, and hopefully they see it. Hopefully they see Justin Fields next week. If he's been in the league for a while, maybe he might give him a challenge. I don't know, but yeah, the Ravens defense didn't have to do too much. They just didn't have to give it up.
These special teams, Tyler Luke made all his kicks, but Wester with the fumble, they overcame the miscues. Usually, just the Ravens might lose. They overcame the miscues, though. We got to give it to them.
Yeah, it was quite a bit of them, especially on special teams. Fourth down with Homo too. The Browns had 16 points, 13 of the 16 points is off turn. And that's what you can't have. The special teams last week cost Cleveland the game. They gave up a kickoff return, a punt return back to back. This week it kept them in the game. So can't have those mistakes with the Ravens. Wester, you see the ball. You got to step away from the ball. Can't let the ball get near you. Step away from the ball. Can't have the mental errors. I know we talked about the offense already, but guys, can't have the ball in your hands. You got to catch the ball. Or at least bat it. Can't be tipping it up. Can't be going around. Can't be doing none of that stuff. Can't be doing it. So that's going to be a big issue there for the Ravens moving forward. They can't beat themselves. That's going to be the biggest. You can't beat yourself. And quite frankly, we're talking about the Jets at the moment. And the Jets wins. They did beat the AFC North twice. And they should have beat the Steelers a third time this year. So we look at them. They 2-7, well 2-8 now, I guess. They're not going to be a cupcake. And they got 10 days prepared for football. So I expect at least early next Sunday, very competitive.
While we wait for Raj, real quick, D, let's look ahead to the Jets. We know the quarterback conundrum, Aaron Glenn, but they got a good defense, and they can rush the passer also, and they can run the ball, which the Ravens have struggled with a little bit stopping the run.
They have. I was going to ask you, Byron, pass rush, Raj, who have they had? The Jets, because I'm going to be honest with you. When I watch the Jets, they put me to sleep. I'm not going to lie to you. They put me to sleep Thursday night. Tried to watch them against the Patriots. I think I tried to watch them again somewhat this season. They're boring to watch, to be honest with you. Justin Fields don't really scare you, but defensively, they do have the talent on defense to keep themselves in the ball game. Even without Sauce, even without pass rusher they sent to the Cowboys, you can't get to the quarterback. Grillen, Hall can run the football. Their wide receiver core really haven't got going because their quarterback stinks in Fields. But again, the key for the Ravens this year, they got to get over 20 points again. They're not going to win defensive battles anymore. They have to get over 20 points a game against bad teams. When they play good teams, they need to get into the 30s to be able to.
Will McDonald, D, a guy to look out for. He can rush the pass. I think he had a game with like 4 or 5 sacks out of Iowa State, and they got Brandon Stevens returning back to Baltimore. Garrett Wilson, I think, is on IR though, so he'll miss the game, the wide receiver. So that helps out big.
Yeah,
Raj,
it definitely does. Definitely does.
Any final thoughts on this game and your thoughts looking ahead to those slutty old Jets coming to Baltimore? Hello, Q.
Are you talking to me?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you ready for the slutty Jets?
Oh, no, I'm not, I mean, I am. I am ready for the slutty Jets. They're very slutty. He's actually texting me right now. but, but, um, but yeah, I'm ready for the Jets now. I'm not really, I am worried because this is the Ravens we're talking about here, and they haven't been, very, very good to watch, especially today. But like D said, they need to get over 20 points against these bad teams. Over 30 points for the good teams, and they got to keep it pushing, man. They got to keep the momentum going, and they have to find ways to pull out victories, especially when the offensive line is struggling, and Lamar Jackson can't seem to get the ball out of his hands quick enough. They got to find ways to win. They did last week against the Vikings. He did today against the Cleveland Browns. It probably will be another test for us next week. So yeah, man, we gotta figure out how to keep it pushing and keep it moving.
D, anything you want to see moving forward this week before we go around another crazy week of NFL football?
With the Ravens, mainly two things. Pass rush still an issue to me. They have to be able to get to the quarterback. Can't let even average quarterbacks get time in that pocket. They'll be able to beat you. And I know the offensive line stinks especially on the right side of the ball. That kind of hurts play call a little bit, but yeah, you're gonna have to be able to use all your weapons. We did miss Justice Hill today because he can do one great thing. He can block, normally block the pass rushers. That's what Ali and Mitchell's going to have to do a better job of it, blocking in the backfield because Lamar can't be on his back, and it's going to be an issue. So that's the two big issues right now. Protecting the quarterback on offense, getting to the quarterback on defense.
Go ahead, Raj.
Say that again, Byron.
Any thoughts on this game and anything you want to see this week? I think injury wise, everybody is good. I know Bateman's still out, and Humphrey will probably be back after the Jets game, but injury wise, looking pretty clean also.
Yeah, injury wise, we look good. So glad that we got out of that with victory, and because like I said, the Cleveland Browns is really tough, and the way they kept sacking Lamar, I was really scared for him. But we got away scot free. We need Marlon Humphrey back. We need Rashad Bateman back. We need Justice Hill back. See, Justice Hill makes a huge difference because he's able to chip. He's a good blocker, so hopefully he comes back next week. But I'm just looking forward. I'm just looking forward to the Jets right now, man. And I do want to see what Chris Broussard is going to do on Monday because I'm pretty sure it's going to be funny. So the Ravens, they slowly keep creeping back in there. They slowly creeping back. And I can't wait to see what they do as far as, this week in practice and how they going to get right against the Jets. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a okay day. And the Ravens, they gotta shore up that. They just gotta shore up the line, but if they can find a way to do that, if they can find a way to change some things here or there, they just gotta do it. They got to make that change. Like Michael Jackson would say.
Speaking of change, the NFL every week it changes. D, we started in Spain. Escaping the Commandalorians by 3 in overtime.
Well, Washington hung in this game. Their defense actually played probably the best it's played in about 2 months. But Mr. Gay, man, you got to hit the kick. You got to hit the kick at the end of the game. That's why they didn't want to kick with you earlier in the game. That would have gave them the lead earlier. And I'm on the phone with Justin Tucker on the airplane going back from Madrid. And Mr. Gay's going to have to find his way back home because he can't have that, man. Especially Washington, limited with everything they had going on. Mariota played a good game until overtime, made the crucial mistake. Dolphins able to take advantage of it. And Tunis has won a couple games in a row. They still It's still funky fish, but they was able to find a way. It's fake.
Raj, any thoughts?
On the Commanders and Dolphins, no thoughts. The Commanders, they found a way to lose, and the Dolphins were just as terrible as the Commanders were. So I mean, they both was ass this morning. But it was a nice close game, though. I would say that. I would say it was a nice close game, but they both look like trash. And let's move on.
Well, Panthers overtime, Falcons going Falcons D, and their playoff hopes alive. Crazy, over 400 yards.
Yeah, I know, right? Which team was that again, Byron? I'm sorry.
Oh, the Panthers over the Falcons. Falcons blowing another lead.
Well, once Penix left the game and that scene that what you had to come in, your cousin Kurt, it was Kurt. Look now, Carolina's right in range of Tampa Bay. I know we're talking about them in a moment, but how interesting is that? We thought the Panthers would kind of show up last year and look better. It kind of did it by default this year. At times they haven't looked good. And Atlanta, which had some promise, a lot of us thought, okay, Atlanta looked like a second place team in the South. They're hanging with the Saints now, and I would say right now, I think the Saints will beat Atlanta next week in New Orleans, and it's gonna the Falcons, which had some promise as their season started, is now fading into black and fading into disappointment.
Looks like Mr. Morris, Raj. He will be the next coach fired, possibly as well, in Atlanta.
No surprise there. They got too much talent for them to be looking like this and playing like this. I mean, I get it. The Panthers, they've been on the street, but they just got too much talent on Atlanta, man, to be what, 3-7. That's ridiculous. It should not be a 3-7 football team. It should at least be over 500. And if his ass got to go, his ass got to go. So it is what it is. I know I shouldn't have picked them, but I did in fantasy on my picks. But and the Falcons going Falcon, man. I mean, what can you do?
Well, D, you just talked about Tampa Bay. They're now 6-4, basically only one game up on the Panthers. Josh Allen, 6 total touchdowns. Man.
Yeah, he was dominant today. Buffalo kind of needed a get-back game. They kind of got it here with Tampa Bay, which is ailing, injuries, stuff starting to pile up on the Buccaneers. It's getting harder to overcome these things, and the Buccaneers' schedule ain't easy. They played the two teams they're going to play in the AFC East. That's going to be tough for them. I think they on a bye next week. I can't remember off the top of my head who they got. Oh no, Houston. They got to play Thursday night against Houston. So they got to travel to Houston, get the Bills. That's big for them. Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers will play the Rams next week. That's another tough game for the boys the old creamsicles and the boneheads now. So Buccaneers might be a tie coming into Thanksgiving week between Tampa Bay and Carolina.
Raj, you love seeing Josh Allen get 6 total touchdowns, don't you?
Yeah, especially when I sent him in my fantasy league. I signed up for Drake May. Yeah. But good game by Josh Allen, though. He needed this bounce back, especially after losing to the Dolphins last week. The Buccaneers, I mean, that's a team that has a great offense, but the defense is sputtering out of control. It is what it is, man. The Bills are 7-3. They're still in it for the division, but they got to continue to keep pace if they want to try to catch New England. And yeah, man, there you go.
Like D said, an interesting game on Thursday with the Bills and Texans, but the Texans escape. No CJ Stroud. Titans continue their path to the number 1 pick, D.
Yeah, Titans thought they had a win. Houston still had the backup quarterback in, Mr. Mills. And I just tell you, wow, didn't it? Wow, man. Houston finding ways to win, especially against the division. They're 5-5 now. Remember, they get Kansas City in a couple weeks. That's going to be a big game in the wild card situation, and don't see them winning the division. But them at Jacksonville could be your representatives in the AFC South, along with the Colts in the postseason. Maybe.
Raj, Texans, they do have the tiebreaker over the Ravens also.
everybody has a goddamn tiebreaker over the Ravens at this point. But I think they got the victory. They 5-5 like we are. Everybody's in a freaking tie for out the playoffs at this point. Not surprised. Good win for the Texans. Titans, they still got a long way to go. And Cam Ward is taking an ass whooping this season, but it's to be expected. He's a rookie. And they just want to continue to keep struggling until they find some offensive help for him and probably a new head coach.
Bears keep winning, D, 7-3. They look like they're gonna be flirting with the playoffs with Ben Johnson and Caleb.
You know what's funny? Week 1, I picked Minnesota to win this game, and then came back, seen it again. I said, well, the Bears are playing better. Bears have the balance. The Bears want a little payback, and I picked them today, and they took care of business today. And J.J. McCarthy is still a fresh quarterback here. He's only started 5 games in his NFL career. Is showing right now. Minnesota's good hopes early are starting to fade themselves too. And, they brung Wentz in. He got hurt. That might have been best to keep McCarthy. He needs to learn a little bit more. He makes plays, but then he makes mistakes. And it's getting tough on him. And the Bears right now, hanging in there, man. They could sneak in that wild card. 49ers and Bears meet each other later on in this year. That's going to be a big game, I think, in the NFC wild card race there.
Raj, the Bears, baby.
The Bears, they got the victory. It was a tough win for them. They were winning handily, but the Vikings, sometimes they play extremely hard too. They came back and they almost won, but that kicker got them the victory. I want to say KD Nation, the Ravens did get the dub. And in the offseason, I hope we do get rid of some of these people that ain't doing nothing on this team, you know what I'm saying? Because we need to get better. Okay. We don't need to be going backwards. We need to get better. And that damn offensive line needs to get a whole lot better. And I know, and Ali didn't do anything. Well, Hawkins had 1 catch. He did do something. He caught a ball. He did his. He did caught his 1 ball per game. But it is what it is. We got the victory.
Packers escape New York with a win, D. Seamus Jameis, as you call him, showed up again.
Oh, yes. Jameis showed up. I wonder what's up with Russell Wilson, man. Like Jameis jumped right over him to be the number 1 quarterback this week, man. Don't know what's up with that, but Green Bay needed this. Their offense been struggling the last 2 weeks daily. And Lambeau, of all places, at home. They was able to get a big win in New York. They needed it because Minnesota comes into Green Bay next week. Packers need to kind of beat Minnesota, take care of business. And the Giants, it's rough. They got to go to Detroit next week.
Raj, the Packers staying alive with your boy, Jordan Love.
Yeah, he did get hurt for a little bit in the game, but he came back a little bit later in the game. They still found a way to win, which is a good thing. The Giants, they just hurt right now. They got a lot of injuries. Jackson Dart, can't stay on the field. Russell Wilson, they hate him, I guess. And you already know Shane James is going to throw you a couple of interceptions left and right. And that's what he does best, besides being goofy. But yeah, I ain't surprised New York lost, and they were due for another loss. They probably gonna lose out the rest of the season, and we're not. It won't be a shock to anybody. But so Packers go. They got back on the winning side of things. Let's see how they finish out the rest of the season.
All right. I know you guys love Duck Dodger, but they're feared that he may have broken or have a break in his wrist. I don't know the official diagnosis yet. They're saying it could be a slight break in the wrist, so we don't know if he could miss time. We saw Rudolph. We know it's the holiday season, D. Rudolph comes on in right on time, and Flacco looks like he's turning back into Flacco, a 40-plus-year-old quarterback, and those cockroaches keep winning again, 6-4.
Well, I'm not shocked. I had Pittsburgh winning this game. Thought they were winning versus Cincinnati. Thought Flacco would turn back in the midnight. He did. We said in the preseason Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to last the whole year. The prophecy's going to come true here. No, it is the holiday season. We need a little Rudolph Randolph in our lives, and let's hope he lasts right to December. But still, the defense did do something well today. Thought they was optimistic, got 2 picks. They do cause some more turnovers. They kind of need that. And they play the Bears next week. That's going to be key for them to win throughout the rest of the year. That defense jump on you. That's what's going to kind of ride the wave. Because can you really trust Rudolph to win games for you? We'll find out. I don't. It's going to be the way the Steelers win. The Bengals need to be pushed back a little bit. Now they're behind the Ravens 2 games now. That works. We take that. And next week they play the Patriots. But the Patriots beat them and keep it going.
Yes, then the Ravens can finish them, Raj, in your presence, and you can be at the funeral of the Bengals on Thanksgiving night as the Ravens end their season.
Well, they play next week too, so hopefully they lose that game as well. So yeah, it will be a complete funeral if we destroy them Thanksgiving night. Especially if Joe Burrow likes to come back and play. His first game back and we whoop his ass. That'd be fantastic. I would love every bit of it. But I'm looking past it right now with Tabo, the Bengals and Steelers. And the Steelers, they had to get their revenge from Flacco embarrassing them a couple weeks back. So they made him look like a complete amateur. He turned back into, I go say the word because I know Dre and this man right here wants to call him that certain name. I ain't calling him that. He's Joe Flacco, goddamn.
He my homie, but he was Fluco today. He was Fluco. He was Fluco.
Damn it, stop. Anyways, like I was saying, we had a bad game today. All right. We played the Steelers before. They wanted revenge. They got revenge. And it is what it is. Aaron Rodgers, I hope that his wrist is okay. You know what I'm saying? I hope that he's all right. He's a 40-year-old man. I know some of these pains because, damn it, I'm almost close to his age. So, yes, I know how he feels, all right? I know exactly how he feels. So, it is what it is, like I said before. Steelers got the win. Bengals lost. Hopefully they continue to lose.
Well, AEW on Wednesday they had blood and guts, and on Sunday they spilled the Chargers blood and guts all over the field in Jacksonville, and the Charger, as you say, wet the bed yet again. Oh, the other hard dump.
Oh yeah, he had the dumb look on today, Jim did. That was an embarrassing loss for the Chargers. You can't be rolling and then go to Jacksonville. Okay, you lose, that's one thing. But I mean, Justin Herbert didn't give 100 passes. He was frightening. He was terrible. And Fabio looked good. Jacksonville looked good. They're last seed in the playoffs right now, 7th seed. Chargers, got to get that act together, man. Start off hot in the division, and we're going to talk about Kansas City and Denver in a little bit. Chargers will be right there. They're 2 games behind Denver now. The Broncos starting to elevate themselves past everybody in the AFC West, and the Chargers with the loss today kind of hurt their chances in the division, in my opinion.
Go ahead, Rod.
Yeah, this was a shitty game for the Chargers, man. A really shitty game. I don't know. That's not much for me to say. They didn't show up at all. Jacksonville had their number from the jump. Trevor Lawrence had a good day. And yeah, it was a lot of blood and guts out there with the Chargers because they were bloody all over the damn football field. And oh wait, did he have a sack today? He probably didn't, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So go Chargers, go home.
Rams squeaked by the Seahawks, even though Sam Darnold, they look like Sam Darnold again.
The Sam was a double agent today, boy. He was trying his best to get that game up. Seattle fought hard and showed a lot of fortitude, even with the mistakes, but just wasn't able to overcome the Rams. They're the best team in football right now. They find ways to win. They don't beat themselves. Watch them. Real discipline. Sean McVay, I've always loved Sean McVay's coaching style. I think he's definitely one of the top 5 coaches in the NFL, man. Finds ways to win. Offensive teams are legit. And Seattle, no shame. You get beat. You got to go back to the drawing board. I mean, the good news is you go to Tennessee next week, play the Titans. So, I mean, it is what it is there. The Rams host Tampa Bay next week on Sunday Night Football. Should be an interesting game there as the Rams continue to build a very good and impressive resume of wins over some of the top teams in the league. So,
go ahead, Roger.
Yeah, Sam Darnold came back down to earth. Maybe he's saying ghost again. At least that's what it looked like in this game. 4 interceptions. That's very unacceptable from him. He knows better. Hopefully he bounces back for Mike McDonald's sake. But yeah, this is a bad loss for the Seattle Seahawks, man. But good win for the Rams because they could have probably beat them by more. But it is what it is. They got the victory. That's all that really matters at the end of the day, and they beat a top Seattle team. So the Rams, the Rams, the Rams.
Real quick, Cardinals, you can put a fork in them, but the 49ers got Purdy back, and they are skating by 7-4, D.
Yeah, they're legit wild card contender, the 49ers. Arizona's just falling apart. Injuries is really doomed them. We thought they'd be a four-place team anyway, but the injuries have not helped. I mean, Mr. Brissett, he set a record today through what? At 47 pass attempts caught, but he only scored 22 points, man. I mean, you're going to lose. These get in the 30s. Don't have all them pass attempts and not do much on offense, man. You looked up, they was in a hole already, man. It was down like 20-something, 3 or 6 or something like that. So second week in a row against a divisional opponent, they in the hole and just really couldn't overcome it. And this is what it is there. 49ers did what they're supposed to do. They get Carolina next Monday night. That should be an interesting game as well.
Go ahead, Raj.
49ers, they destroyed the Cardinals. Cardinals is a terrible team. Kyler Murray will not be destroyed. I'm not surprised that they got that ass whipped like this. But I am happy to see Brock Purdy is back. He's back throwing touchdowns. His toe must be feeling a whole lot better. And yeah, man, no surprise here.
Looks like Jared Goff just threw an interception. We'll get to that in a second. But the Broncos edge out the Chiefs, D. I guess we got to give them credit, man. They beat the bully, and they look like they're going to win the AFC West and have home field, maybe, them and the Patriots.
I'm gonna declare this right now. I think Kansas City's run at being the AFC West champion has come to an end. I think Denver's in the driver's seat right now. Big win for them. The Chiefs' schedule really gets tough now. Again, they get Colts still. They get Houston. Got Chargers and Broncos one more time still. And it's not easy, man. Not easy. Kansas City just, they're good, but they're not as great as they've been in recent years. Denver's defense is really good. And Bo Nix is progressing. He's offensively doing better. He's not making big mistakes. Really doing a good job, man. Got to like what the Broncos have. A lot of people had the Broncos winning the division or making the playoffs, and it's coming to pass right now.
Raj, Denver going to win.
Sean Payton must be really, really happy he got rid of Russell Wilson now. But anyway, yes, Kansas City is this is their boo-ha-ha, whatever you want to call it. Their time might be coming to an end now, and I'm very happy to see it. They had a great run, but you know what? It's time to put a yellow to the shed. It's time to pull the trigger for the season, baby, because I think this is it for them. I don't see them making the playoffs. I don't see them. I do not see them coming back anytime soon. This season. I'm not saying they're not gonna make the playoffs, next season or whatever. But I'm talking about for this particular season. I think they're done, man. I think they're done. I think their division has got their number. The Chargers have already beaten them. Now the Denver Broncos have beaten them, and they play them again. Yeah, they're not going. They're not going.
And Eagles, Lions. Oh, go ahead, D. Go ahead.
Just to get dedication for Monk. I still say the Chiefs will make the playoffs, but it's going to be wild card for Ryan.
All right, D. Tonight's game, Sunday Night Football, and what you got cooking up on Sportnet?
The Eagles, I think they're going to win this game tonight against Detroit. Just think the Lions still at times have trouble on the road. Big games. They're on the road against Kansas City earlier this year and went to bed kind of. And the Eagles still offensively trying to find their full rhythm, but they got Saquon Barkley over there. Brown and Smith can still get together. Look good. Dallas and the Raiders tomorrow night. Dallas should win, but before I talk about Dynasty Network again, non-football note, the two worst teams in basketball got together tonight. Cheese Whiz, do it again. They lose 129 to 106. They can't.
Come on
Byron.
now, say it with me.
Oh,
Everybody
no.
beats the Wiz.
Oh, no. Yeah, Byron, I got to ask you this.
Yes.
You've been on the earth for a long time. Me and Ross have been on the earth for a longer time. And have you ever seen a team as bad as the Wizards defensively? They can't. They gotta average 120 points they give up. I mean, it's terrible. We made Ross say earlier. Can they at least not give up 110? They gave up 120. Come on. Get themselves no shot to win, man. 1-12. Worst team in basketball. They're cursed. I confess that.
Dashboard net real quick. What you got cooking up?
Yes, sir. Sport Network here. Like I said, we got the top high school basketball games here in the DMV, Maryland area cooking up here. You already got to see Mount St. Joe's and Calvert Hall and St. Francis here over the last couple of days. We'll be getting the double dose of St. Francis tomorrow and Loyola Blakefield Tuesday, Mount Carmel Wednesday. We'll see St. Mary's and Annapolis open up in the BCL, the MIA debut for them. And check us out, Dive Sporting Network, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, and on the Twitter at Dive Sporting Network.
Go ahead, Raj.
I don't got nothing for Dallas and the Raiders. I think I picked the Eagles to win this game. I'm not sure. But it is what it is. I don't really care. Hit the like and subscribe button. Yes, the Wizards is trash. They're 1-12. I got nothing for them either. So hit the like and subscribe button again. Check us out. We'll be on tomorrow talking Raw or watching Raw. And we have the flagship show at 10. We got more content as always. So please hit the like and subscribe button. Check us out. You know what I'm saying? If you like today's content, let us know in the chat. Give us a comment. Give us a super chat if you would like. Become a member. Do something. You know what I'm saying? Just do something. Tell a friend to tell another friend, because we would love to have more guys come through. Talk about the Ravens with us, the Commanders with us, wrestling with us, anything with us. So let us know what you think in the chat, and we'll be back again very, very soon.
Yes, John Cena's final Raw tomorrow will be live. D on DiveSport.net. He'll be back next week with us as well. Ravens and Jets. And of course, Big Raj with us each and every day on the Flex Zone, drinking his wonderful soda and eating his delicious food. Only place fellas giving you sports and Ravens coverage how you want it.
When you need it, baby.
Ravens 5-5. Get the Jets next week at home. Return to Baltimore. Winners of 5 in a row. We'll be here to talk about it. For D and Raj, everybody in the chat, thank you for watching. Good night, everybody. We gone. Peace.